Hi everybody, Kevin O'Ryan here. It's day 5 of the Leopardstown Lockdown League, and we've had some great tipping over the last 4 race days. And after a very consistent, solid 4 race days, Racing Returns is at the top of the table on 12 points. But after race day 4, I think special mention should go to Sean Gerard Murphy. Fair play to you, Sean. You tipped 4 winners and had amazing total of 59 points on day 4. Hopefully your back plenty does as well. And obviously you were in on Red Kelly like so many other people were. He was so impressive for Johnny Murta. He'll win again, even though the handicapper gave him a good hike. He's still ahead of the handicapper, I think. And Black Cat Kitten as well. Sean, you tipped up that, like a lot of people as well. That was a good winner for Joseph O'Brien and Declan McDonough. Keep in touch with the leaderboard. Click on our website and that'll show you where to go. The Leopardstown Lockdown League table. Best of luck, everybody. Race day 5. We get underway. 8 race card at 2:10. First race is a very competitive 2-year-old maiden. And I thought Jessica Harrington's Noble Seal could be hard to beat. Good run at Leopardstown, and its only start finished 4th to IDs of August. The second Southern Cape has come out and won at Gorn during the week. Has a good draw in stall 4. Jessica Harrington, Shane Foley can do no wrong at the moment. That's my idea, the winner in her opening race. Second race of the afternoon is a unraced maiden for 2-year-old colts. Some really good pedigrees in this, and 3 or 4 of them hold Group 1 entries later on in the season in the National Stakes and Phoenix Stakes, amongst others. There is a good bit of word about Jarlines' Mason. Trainer can do no wrong. Well bred, and that could be hard to beat on debut. And of course, Aidan O'Brien introduces Van Gogh out of that very good mare Imagine. He's hampered to numerous winners, including Horatio Nelson. So those two, as I say, Market is probably the best guide in our second race of the afternoon, the 2:35. But as I say, Jarlines is an intriguing runner, as is Aidan O'Brien's Van Gogh. As I say, both of those holding Group 1 entries later on the season, so that tells its own tale how High Connections feel or rate these two individuals. Our third race is the first of what's a couple of very tricky handicaps to look forward to. My vote goes for number 4, the Mpex Kid from the Dot Love Yard, ridden by Mikey Sheehy. This horse, I think, could still be well handicapped. He won well in Fairy House, and he got a good rise for it, mind you, but I do think there's more to come from him, and I thought the Mpex Kid could be hard to beat in our third race of the afternoon. A couple of other ones of interest would be Kafak, who just got chinned in the line behind by G Rex at the Curragh on Derby weekend. He's got a good draw in stall 1. He'll go forward as well, and his headgear back on him this time. But the Mpex Kid, preference being for him, and no speed limit. Not without a chance either for Aidan Fogarty and Shane Crossan's first run of the season. Our 3:45 is the first division of a 1.5 mile handicap. I thought Share the Honour and Ultra Pride could be the two to fight out this. Wilderness is bidding for a hat-trick of wins for Johnny Murta. And Ben Combe, I'm just worried about the trip, has won both races this season over 1.1 and 1.25 miles. First time stepping up to 1.5 miles. Just mightn't get everything its own way, and I'd have a question mark about that. But Johnny Murta can do no wrong at the moment as well. But I thought Share the Honour had a real good run on his comeback run, finished 7th in a decent handicap at Fairy House. Tony Martin and Dylan Brown McMonigal amongst the winners when they teamed up at Noble Intention last week at Navan. So I thought Share the Honours could be hard to beat. And Ultra Pride from the Sheila Lavery Yard, the man of Robbie Colgan, good comeback run and finishing 3rd a couple of weeks ago. It's a bad draw to overcome in stall 15, but I don't necessarily worry too much about the draw over 1.5 miles. So Share the Honour and Ultra Pride, those two to fight out the first division of the 1.5 mile handicap. 4:15 is the second division of the 1.5 mile handicap. Cerberus, you'll all remember, Leopardstown members and people who go to Leopardstown, that Cerberus threw away what was the Spring Juvenile Hurdle. He was beaten by a stable companion at the Dublin Racing Festival. First time seen him on the flat for a while, and this horse could be well handicapped, and I think he will be hard to beat for Joseph O'Brien and Shane Cross. And as I say, he's just a class act in it. Could be well handicapped, and as I say, we know what he's done over hurdles. He did throw away the Spring Juvenile though at Leopardstown on Dublin Racing Festival. Storm Steps in the same race, number 13, could be an each way bet as well. First run of the season, some good runs in defeat during the winter at Dundalk. 4:45 is one of the intriguing races of the afternoon. It's an amateur race, and of course it's the eagerly waited reappearance of Rekindling. We haven't seen him, Joseph O'Brien's charge, since he won the Melbourne Cup 2 years ago. Obviously he's the highest rated with 113 mark. He obviously will improve from whatever he does on his first run, but he is the class act in it. We've also got See the Line. What a start he's been for Jarlath Fahy's yard. Won 2 Ragusa handicaps, third in the Eber as well. He's rated 106. Quite fragile, very difficult to train, but great to see him back out as well. And maybe slight preference might go for Kasparenko because his fitness on his side. Good run in the Ragusa handicap behind Mark Fahy's edification on his most recent start. So it's probably a race to sit back and enjoy and watch with an eye to the future. But it's great to see Rekindling back, but Kasparenko might just do him for fitness on Saturday. Our penultimate race is the Medal Stakes Group race, Group 3. Cracking renewal also. And Patrick Sarsfield, very impressive. Remember at Leopardstown, his penultimate start, bolted up in a handicap, and then came out and won a big handicap, the Nasrallah handicap at Navan last Friday. Needs to improve again though, mind you. And Zabil Prince, for me, the Prix d'Estaban winner last season, Group 1 in France, then ran disappointingly, I think, in the King George, maybe the Eclipse as well. He comes over from Roger Varian's Newmarket yard, and preference goes for him. Zabil Prince, he's the class act in it. I think he'd be very hard to beat, and this prize could go across the water to England. Wrap up proceedings were 5:45, which is a competitive 7 furlong handicap. Plenty of these in my chances, but for me, one of the standout ones is number 13, Leadership Race from the Ger Lions yard. Could be a good day for Ger Lions, Colin Keane.